The fourth episode of the sixth season of Inside Number 9 was titled Hurry Up and Wait. With Shearsmith leading this episode, it made a change to the previous three that we've seen. Following an actor named James in a green room that is slightly different to what you'd imagine, this episode contains all that you would expect and not expect from an Inside Number 9 episode. So, how does this episode compare to the previous three this season? Well, let's find out. Before I go ahead, make sure you go over to my Twitter @brainpilot_ and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. So without further ado, I'm Brainpilot and here is a review of Hurry Up and Wait. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers, so watch with caution. From the off, I feel the tone and mood of this episode was set perfectly. The grey, misty, smoky hue that is there throughout the static home in the opening shot, decorated with the old-style decor, it suited what I would expect from this episode. This was apparent throughout the whole runtime. We see Shearsmith play an actor named James who is playing a policeman. The episode shows what a lot of actors do when they're on set filming a show or a movie. A lot of waiting around. And the episode was true to its nature when it was renting someone's home as a green room, as this is something that does actually happen. Parts of the episode were actually based on true events. The line of "It's my birthday and I'm drinking champagne" was something that Shearsmith and Pemberton actually experienced when in a green room in someone's house. During the episode, we see a suspicious family that is slightly odd living in this static home that's being used as a green room. We see a daughter that is rather peculiar, a mother that's extremely chatty and nosy, and a father that is rude and doesn't want anybody to be there despite being paid for it. We see that James is an actor that wants to make a name for himself in the industry, and he's a polite, conscientious person, and ultimately his niceness is what causes him to lose all of the personality that he put into the role that he's practicing for, which we see in the final scene where all he does is nods, despite practicing his lines over and over and over again. The drama that he's starring in is based on true events of a young boy named Ryan who was abducted in the past. As the episode goes on, we're led to believe that the people in the static home are responsible for the abduction, and that their daughter is actually Ryan but has been raised as a girl. We are led to think this by seeing hair removal cream, the sitting down on the toilet dialect, the mentioning of a birthday on the day that would have been Ryan's birthday, and also the suspect being in a red tracksuit. I thought it was pretty obvious from the off, and I didn't think it was going to be clever enough for that to have been the case, making me question if the ending was going to reveal that as the twist. As the climax of the episode arose, we were still being led to believe that the daughter was in fact Ryan. This led to an extremely funny moment where James was thinking he was solving the case in front of everyone, and right at the climax he ripped open the daughter's gown, expecting for there to be no female boobs. But there was, leading him to get punched in the face by the father, which he did deserve. I thought that moment was executed really well, as the whole episode had basically been leading to that point and getting a comedic moment after all of the tension, instead of a revelation where you go, it was unexpected and played with how it made you feel. It was only in the closing moments of the episode where we saw in a revelation that it was in fact the daughter who abducted the baby all of those years ago, and it was the haunting sight of the remains of the baby's arm and the cameras zooming in that showed us. Ryan, the abducted child in question, was in shot for most of the episode, and we didn't even realize it. It was a disgusting, haunting, harrowing moment that was revealed to us in an extremely uncomfortable way. It made moments like her playing with the proper fabric with Ryan's name on even more sickening and harrowing. Also, the fact that she was celebrating his birthday. It was messed up. The episode did a great job in highlighting how awkward they wanted that episode to feel, with the elongated pauses that lingered on for far too long and the containment of many people in an extremely close environment. It really reflected the overall feeling that the episode wanted to convey, and it hit the nail on the head. The episode was shot handheld and with the use of wide-angle lenses. This added to the cramped feeling that we got to experience when watching it, and it also allowed them to get more personal shots. that almost made it feel like a point of view. Overall, I think this episode was okay. It wasn't my favourite of the season. I think currently it would have to go to lip service. But it was definitely one of the darker, more thought-provoking and real episodes that Inside Number 9 has produced. It wasn't filled with laugh-out-loud moments, but there were many funny moments due to the awkward environment and situation that we were watching unfold. That was where the comedy in this episode lied, in the silence. I think the reveal was strong, and it made it even more haunting in the fact that we didn't know why she abducted him. We know that she likes dolls, as we see in her room. But did she see Ryan as this doll to collect? Who knows? But it also left the question in your mind about if the parents knew about this or not. They claim they don't know what happened, but I don't know how they couldn't notice that their daughter had a baby all of those years ago. It's a powerful moment and a great ending to the episode. I love it when Steve plays characters like this in the episode. I think he's at his best when he's like that. Grumpy, miserable, aggressive, and funny all at the same time. Reese carried this episode, and it was good to see him do that, as we've not had that this season. James had Reese's name all over it, and I'm glad he was playing the role. I'd suggest giving this episode a watch, and enjoy it for what it is. It's dark, funny, and an insight into an actor's day-to-day life when filming a show. So, there you have it. What I thought of Hurry Up and Wait. What did you think? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.